Hi, welcome to day 37 of the 40-day series of Getting to Know Yourself, Das Atzmacha. This picture here says, one day we will awaken to discover we are divine souls. This is put out by Rabbi Tzvi Freeman every day on Chabad.org, a different inspirational thought. He says about this, one day we will awaken to the realization that all that we imagined ourselves to be was a delusion. We are godly souls. That soul will shine. All souls will shine. All the world will shine. That is the journey of Exodus. We have been traveling for more than 3,000 years. That is its final stop. Around the corner, today, at any moment. That is such a deep thought and idea, not just a thought, it's an idea, concept that's true. This discovery of who we really are is the beginning of the exodus from our own self-imposed exile of being caught in our ego and identifying with those external trappings and getting tossed around by them and not having clarity to know who we truly are and how beautiful and amazing and our capacity for expansion and light, how extraordinary it actually is. And now people are starting to wake up really all around. If you see, there's a big movement for becoming conscious, or people call it mindfulness, awareness, because the wheels are turning and we're in the end of days. The Rabbanim are telling us, and this opportunity for waking up is in our hands. It's in the palm of our hands. And the exodus is starting to happen all around, thank God. And this growth, once we have this awareness of who we are, and we begin to fuse this inspiration from above with the perspiration of spiritual work below, those are the words of Rav Dov Ber Pinson, our active participation allows for the divine revelation and total returning and forgiveness to permeate our consciousness, embedding itself deeply within our psyche. So what happens is that when we become aware of this and we return back to who we really are and to that relationship that God allows us to have with him, and then we take that and we take what he allows us to express of him and bring it into the world to represent him, so to speak, in the world, which is such a gift that we're able to do that. We begin to bring redemption to ourselves and to all people around us that are stuck in this space of darkness and not knowing who they are. What I want to say today is, remember you are loved. And this is from Rav Dov Ber Pinson's book. Deep in our souls, we know that Hashem's love for us is constant, unconditional, and ever present. And how do we know this? We know this because right now, right here, he's Konei HaKol. He's recreating us. He's giving us life again, right now, just like we spoke about yesterday. We are not loved because of our deeds or attributes, but because of the essence of who we are. If we actively alienate ourselves, we will perceive Hashem's love as ephemeral, conditional, and distant. Teshuvah, returning to him, allows us to reconnect within our own depths, to remember the radical truth, the perpetual presence and accessibility of divine love. And I think we should just breathe that in. In this moment, right now, we have divine love streaming through us, pouring down every pore of our body, giving us life and asking us to reconnect back to him and to represent him in this world. Our practice for today is called awakening. Meditate on the unconditional love that can bring on spiritual awakening. Dwell for a minute on how an excellent parent loves his or her children. The potential for such unobstructed love exists within each of us. How much greater than human parental love is the divine love, which transcends nature and any sense of limitation. Someone told me recently that she heard Rebbetzin Heller tell one of her students to say to herself over and over, not say to herself, to say to God, God, Hashem, you are my father and I am your daughter. You are my father and mother and I am your daughter. You are my father and mother and I am your daughter. Until she was able to feel that, because she didn't have parents, or she didn't have parents that were willing to parent her. So Rebbe Tzemach said you could skip that space of going to, sometimes we look to our parents and say, okay, Hashem, I see how you're like a parent because I have my parents, but some people don't have that. So they can skip that comparison and go directly to God and say, you are my father, you are my mother, and I am your daughter. You are my, and over and over and over again. Now contemplate the spark of divine love that Hashem has placed within your own being. Awaken the spark and nurture it throughout the day. And the way to awaken it and to nurture it is to remind yourself again and again on how much Hashem loves you and how much. And how do we know it? Again, just pause and take a breath, because that breath He's giving you right now because He loves you, believes in you, and sees how great you are. Have a beautiful day. Looking forward to tomorrow. Mirza Hashem.